Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram is dismissing reports that the Ministry of Health was unaware of the shipment of Pfizer vaccines from the United States. He says the vaccines are now in a bonded facility until it is approved to be used by the Ministry of National Security. Sunil Lalla reports.
When it actually got physically to customs, that is when my principal pharmacist would have been notified that it was there, and she actually physically went to receive it.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram says the Ministry of Health took control of the 400 Pfizer vaccines from the US as soon as it arrived in the country. He adds that the vaccines are currently in a bonded facility and is awaiting documentation before it can be released to the National Security Ministry.
We expect to get some information as it relates to invoicing, which is part and parcel of the importation requirements, and to the regulatory documents in terms of a clinical dossier, which will allow us to see where the Pfizer product was manufactured and all of that. It will be considered by the Drug Advisory Committee, and then we can say whether it is a vaccine that can be utilized in Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Parasram says the National Security Ministry would have communicated with their counterpart agency in the US for the vaccines. He says, though, that this is normal procedure, similar to this country receiving donations from Caribbean countries.
There have been donations of multiple vaccines from different countries, as you all have known, over the last couple of weeks in particular. So there have been instances where we would have had short notice as well for those in terms of time.
The donation from the US comprised 80 vials of Pfizer vaccines. This is equivalent to 400 jabs, as one Pfizer vial contains 5 doses. Sunil Lalla, TTT News.
The Ministry of Health has reported 7 additional COVID-related deaths, taking the death toll to 677. An additional 259 persons also tested positive for the virus during the period June 9th to June 13th. The total number of active positive cases is 9,164. 15,934 persons are fully vaccinated, while 164,669 have received their first dose.